in when they bounced back from 29 wins to 50 wins that year. But there can be he can make some improvements and he can make some adjustments. We've seen a little bit of that when they were down 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals against the San Antonio Spurs, where we kind of doubted that would Scott Brooks really make those adjustments, and he did. But now it's going to be, still the thing to see. Can he still make those adjustments? And if he cannot, well, they'll just have to find another coach. There's many other good coaches out there that can take this team and probably take this team to the promised land multiple times.
I want to ask you this too, and a lot of people are saying this, which I totally disagree. They say that Kevin Durant needs to add more beef, like he needs to add more weight, he needs to go to the weight room, but come on, every NBA player goes to a weight room, every NBA player does that already, and you hear so many of these pundits saying he needs to add more weight, but that's not his style. He has a particular style where he uses the post game for fadeaway jump shots, not necessarily going inside and drawing and kicking, like a la LeBron James. So, do you think that's not an issue and people are making that way too big of an issue with Kevin Durant?
I think it's a little bit too much more of an issue. Like you said, that is Durant's game. His game, he's not going to bulldoze down the lane like LeBron James, be a freight train, because LeBron is 6'8", 270 pounds, and he basically commands the respect when he gets to the lane. Kevin Durant is more of a, like I said before, more of a pure shooter. If you can take a look at the games between him and maybe, I would say, Dirk Nowitzki, and that they utilize their jump shots very well. They utilize everything pretty well. That's his game. And I wouldn't say that he needs to bulk up muscle in order to try to do that. If he feels comfortable in doing that, then fine. He's comfortable in doing that. I mean, why change the result of success just because it might not be working or something? It's got him to 3 consecutive scoring championships. So, I'd say there's no problem with him.
Thank you very much, Lamar, for coming on the show. You have to follow this guy. He's got a great blog, youwerejustthinkingit.blogspot.com. On Twitter, it's @primetime2832. Please follow him. He's got some great sports insight, and he actually was on my former 1000 Mike show, so this is the second time I've ever had him on my show. Thank you very much, Lamar.
Thank you very much, and I hope we can do this again.
All right. Thank you very much. That was the interview with Lamar Gafford. We will have your calls, your comments, everything. Just call 949-456-2911, or you can text that number. But before we even do any of that, let's take a quick break. All right, back on here on the Cameron Sadeghi Show. Here today, we had some missed calls. Sorry about that. Please call back. We want you on the show. We want your voice to be heard. Whoa, excuse me there. Got something in my throat. Sorry about that. But please call the number 949-456-2911. You can text here on the show. You can text that number or you can call. But I want to finish my thoughts on the Oklahoma City Thunder real quickly. Look, I think Oklahoma City, as I said, their offense lacks. Look, they got hot shooting. I think Russell Westbrook is a really underrated shooter. Harden can line it up, and we know about Durant. The guy's always in a three-point contest. He can compete with anyone in a three-point contest. This seems to me like a team that just needs a little bit of drawing up. I think if they can make the game easier on themselves, cuts, screens, off-ball screens. Sometimes you see, Westbrook catching the ball in the fourth quarter of a game or Durant, and all they get is an on-ball screen, and that's it. And it's all them. That's not good basketball. You look at the San Antonio Spurs, the Celtics. I could go Miami, Those teams have shown that they can move the ball effectively with their passing and move the defense around by passing the basketball, not just dribbling into the defense going 1-on-5. There's no I in team. I know that's an old adage. I know that's a big cliche and everyone uses it, but that's what it is for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They need to move the ball effectively, laterally, from side to side, make the defense have to work hard to stop this Oklahoma City Thunder team. I think this team is a team that could win the finals this year. I'm going to be honest. I would not be surprised if they win this year's NBA Finals. Would not be surprised. That's what I firmly believe. And some may say, well, I think it's going to be Miami again. I don't know. That Heat team is a little bit, they're getting up there in age. Injuries are kind of hitting him. I'm not really sure. I mean, Wade, how is he going to be revived? I don't know. Bosch is good, but I don't know. LeBron went through a really tiring year. I don't know. So this Oklahoma City Thunder team is definitely the favorite. Some say the Lakers, some say the Clippers, but I totally disagree with that. Okay. You can call in 949-456-2911, or you can text that number here on the show. You can comment on the comment board on the chat page here today. So we're going to move on, and we will talk about that guy I was just talking about right now, LeBron James. He went through a very busy summer. He came back, saw his mom back in Akron, his hometown, and he said he might be competing in the he will compete in the 2016 Olympics if he has the opportunity. He will do it if he has the opportunity. Definitely, he said. Definitely. LeBron says that he wants the feeling of winning a first title again. LeBron talking a little bit to the media yesterday in Akron. So basically my assessment on this is that honestly that's a great decision by him. He's going to do the Olympics again. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins his third medal. This guy, say what you want about LeBron James, but even though he's won one NBA title and people are still ragging on him and trying to really tick him off, and they're really being cruel to him, this man has achieved everything possible in the NBA. This guy is the only player that I can think of right now who can play every single position on the floor. He's so good offensively. He can shut down anyone defensively. He can take the best guy and shut him down, and he could go against the best guy on offense and still score. He can still dish. He can still make plays that are championship-like plays, the rebounds, the assists. It's not about always scoring buckets. It's about contributing at a high level. You can dominate games by rebounding. You can dominate games by assisting. It's not about scoring. That's why I'm really upset when pundits go out there and say, hey, LeBron James, he didn't score. He's only scored 2 points in 2 minutes, and he's not clutch. Oh, he's not clutch, everybody. Oh, he's not clutch. No, he is clutch. He's kicking it out to the guy for a three. You don't know how these teams are doing defensive schemes. They want to get it out of LeBron's hands. That's the issue here. Some people don't recognize that when they're watching games. They don't identify that. You've got to identify the fact that every time when LeBron James has the ball in his hands, they're using a different defensive scheme than everybody else. Okay? That's how special LeBron is. They prepare week in and week out just for LeBron James. He's the spotlight player. He's the guy who's literally unstoppable. This guy's going to dominate on one side of the floor at every single quarter at least. He's going to dominate one aspect, and he won't just dominate. He'll dominate at a level that people it's not even imaginable. This guy, again and again and again, has proven to everybody that he will be the best player, and he still is the best player in the NBA. And those who dispute that, I totally disagree with you. And you can't make a logical argument for that. You could say Kevin Durant, but he does not have nearly the defensive skills that LeBron James has. Okay? Definitely doesn't have the defensive skills of LeBron. Definitely doesn't have the passing skills of LeBron. So, with those factors, the only thing Durant has over LeBron is just scoring. And that's no small thing, but all around wise, I'm picking LeBron. And I'm still sticking with LeBron. And we got another question from the comment board. Do you think LeBron will do well in the next Olympics? Why or why not? Of course he will. Just because he'll be a little bit older, he'll still dominate in the assist game. He might not be a big contributor scoring-wise, but I still think he'll have enough juice defensively to shut down the best guy on the floor in the perimeter. I think he's still a good post defender, and I think he has a great skill set to outlast him and go all the way the extra mile. I think LeBron James is still the quintessential player in the NBA. He's the ultimate package. He's the guy that you want the ball in his hands at whatever point in the game. And you can call in. You know what? Go ahead and call in. I want to hear somebody who honestly thinks that LeBron James isn't clutch. And give me a really good reason why. I want to hear it. Call in or text or chat. Give me a good reason why LeBron James is not clutch. If you have a good reason, I'll be pretty surprised. I'll be very surprised. And people used to say, oh, well, why does LeBron, while he's off the pick and roll, like against Utah last year, he was off the pick and roll of Udonis Haslem, dished out a wide open Udonis Haslem, could not make the shot, and I had a guy come on my show, I forgot who it was by the name of, but he said, oh, LeBron's not clutch, he should have taken that shot. I said, no, LeBron made the perfect assist. He should have knocked it down, he should have made the play, and honestly, Haslem makes that shot regularly. He makes that mid-range jump shot. So, of course, LeBron James is clutch. Of course he is. And I got another question from Nick Rice. Who is more clutch, Kobe or LeBron? I have to say, that's a hard question. That's actually a very good one. LeBron is a clutch guy. But Kobe's had some more moments here, scoring-wise. But LeBron is equally as clutch. And some of you might say, oh, how dare you say that? How dare you say that about the Black Mamba? Listen to me. The Black Mamba dominates scoring-wise in the fourth quarter of games. LeBron dominates the game defensively in the fourth quarter of games. That's as much pressure as scoring. You still got to stop your man defensively. You can't just let your guy walk off and, knock down a jump shot. Okay? So people who say, oh, well, scoring's different. No. Scoring is just as important as defense, just as important as steals. Every stat is important. So LeBron is equally as clutch. He comes up in big moments on the defensive end. Big time moments defensively. I've seen some absolutely shut down type plays by James. And I think Kobe is just as equal as James. And we got a call here. Someone just called. Call again. I didn't get the call while I was talking. Oh, well, we now have the call. Here, sir, what do you want to express your thoughts on the show?
Well, I'm not disputing you on the LeBron being the best player in the NBA. My first reason